Hello, my vinyl community friends. This is my Fairport Convention collection, and with related artists, Richard Thompson, Sandy Denny. Now, someone had previously asked if we collect anything besides records, and for me the answer is that I collect postal covers from countries other than the United States. A postal cover is an envelope with the stamp and the cancellation. I got a lot of them when I worked in software, and others are just personal correspondence. So we'll start with the Japanese cover. Beautiful natured stamps. And then here's the first Fairport album with Sandy Denny from 1969. In England it was released as What We Did on Our Holidays. Now a cover from India. I worked with a group of engineers from India. And this is the On Half Bricking album, also with Sandy Denny, also from 1969. And this album has 3 Bob Dylan covers. So the Byrds weren't the only ones to do a lot of Dylan. And here's a nice stamp from Guatemala. And the album Liege and Leaf from December 1969. One of their most well-known albums. Contains fan favorites like Matty Groves and Tam Lin. Now here's a cover from Austria. Beautiful stamps, cancellation. And this is one of my favorite albums, Babacom Lee, The Man They Couldn't Hang. About a guy who convicted of murder in the early 1900s, and they tried to hang him 3 times, but the trapdoor wouldn't open, and eventually his death sentence was commuted. And this is a great album. There's only 5 songs, but they have some really wonderful instrumental passages in them. Next we have Thailand, and this album, Rosie, is probably my least favorite. It's not a terrible album. The playing is good, but it's not that exciting to listen to. It's from 1973. Now here's Ireland. I'm not sure what this building is, but I like the stamp. And here's the album 9 from 1973. Like Rosie, it had Dave Swarbrick, Terry Donahue, Trevor Lucas, Dave Pegg, and Dave Maddox. I think it's a little better album than Rosie. And next, New Zealand. And here's my first live Fairport, A Movable Feast from 1974. Has the exact same lineup as the last 2 albums, except that it also has Sandy Denny doing some of the singing. Now here's a UK cover with a London postmark, one of my favorites. And the album Rising for the Moon from 1975 with Sandy Denny. This one's one of my favorites. And I can remember when I bought this in the mid-70s, record store guy saying to me, I was just looking at this record earlier and thinking, who's going to buy this record? And it turned out to be me. And I don't think he really was aware of how good this band was. Here's Singapore. This one's easy to tell. Here's the famous Fairport Chronicles. It's a beautiful 2-record collection. So I recommend it for people who may not want to collect all their records. We're looking for a really nice sampler. Country is Belize, which I don't think I know where it is. And here's an interesting album, Gottle a Gear. It's interesting because Dave Swarbrick intended this to be a solo album, but it was eventually released as a Fairport album, which Swarbrick was not too happy about. It's from 1976. I'm starting to lose my voice, but that's okay. Here's Swaziland, followed by A Bonny Bunch of Roses from 1977, and this album is on the Hawk label. Has a lot of traditional songs and a really cool cover. I like the cover of this album. Now here's a cover from Republic of South Africa, RSA. And the next album is called Tippler's Tales from 1978. It was recorded in 10 days and released on the Vertigo label. It's a nice group of traditional songs. Got Fairport's unique folk rock style. And here we are with China, followed by the live album Farewell, Farewell. And it's a well-played concert. It has things like Mr. Lacey, Meet on the Ledge. It's funny, it's missing the title on the front cover, but it has it on the back. It has a quote on the inside from Sandy Denny's song Rising for the Moon, but the song is not included on the album, so who knows. That's the last of the Fairport Convention albums I have. So here's a great postal cover from France, and some interesting albums from Richard and Linda Thompson. I love these DDR stamps. Okay, here's First Light from 1978. Thompson himself is a little harsh about this album, but I like it a lot. It's a beautiful cover from Poland with a Krasny style cancellation. Next album is Thompson's Hand of Kindness. Rebecca recommended if you ever see it. It's a bright, rocking album, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of great songs. And next is Switzerland, and a very famous album titled Shoot Out the Lights. This album was originally funded and produced by Jerry Rafferty, but he wasn't able to get it released. And a couple years later, Thompson's re-recorded the entire album on the Hannibal label. You can read the whole story about this on Wikipedia. Oh, Canada. Okay, Canada. And the album Hokey Pokey from 1975. A little bit bleak, but incorporates a lot of the styles and has a lot of rewards if you stick with it a while. And here's a bizarre stamp from Camp Verde. And the first of 3 Sandy Denny albums. Sandy from 1972. Then we have the North Star Grassmen and the Ravens from 1971. And here's a couple brightly colored stamps from Trinidad and Tobago. Then the album Like an Old-Fashioned Waltz. And all 3 albums are really nice, all worth listening to and collecting. So there you have it. That's my Fairport convention and related artists. And so I'll talk to you later. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.